The items that I absolutely cannot live without, and that's, you know, again, I'm pretending, but like, for real. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Rachel and my YouTube channel is called Rachel Went Shopping, where we talk about all things fashion, luxury, and especially handbags. In today's video, I want to get into all of the details about the Louis Vuitton Takashi Murakami Cherry Blossom release, but what my wish list is starting to look like for this collection. So I'm not going to be breaking down prices in this video, mainly going to tell you what I have on my wish list, what I will be prioritizing, and sort of my thought process that has gone into this up until this point. Okay, before we get into it, let me show you what I'm wearing today because I've got a little bit of a Murakami fan club going on here. I'm wearing the Supreme Murakami box logo t-shirt. This came out in 2020, I believe. It was a COVID-19 relief tee. And then I am also wearing my cherry blossom earrings. These are clip-ons. These are with the Japanese jewelry brand. It's like a costume jewelry brand called 𝒞𝒽𝒾𝓄𝒾, L-I-Q-U-E-M. I'm sure I'm pronouncing that wrong. These I think were also from 2 or 3 years ago. I have the clip-on ones. I believe they came in both clip-on and pierced. I also have the cherry ones. They also did another collection more recently of some new cherry ones that I also have. Anyways, lots of fun costume jewelry. So I'm wearing these today in honor of the Cherry Blossom collection releasing. I also have my black soft Speedy 30 here, all decked out with accessories, which I think I'm gonna make a separate video about like styling the multicolor Speedy. But those are all of the fun things you are seeing right now in this video. Anyways, I printed out the like blurry lookbook images of what we've seen so far. And obviously high-res images have started coming out. I am waiting for US prices. Once I get the final US prices, I will be making the TikTok videos of the price breakdowns like I always do, and I'm gonna try to repurpose them for YouTube shorts. I'm not sure if I'll make a full YouTube pricing video because I wanna talk about my wish list here now. So let's talk through the collection and what's on my wish list. This will be interesting because obviously, I may get nothing. I may get something. I'll say my mentality for this release it's like back and forth. I'm super satisfied with what I was able to secure in the original release. I love all my pieces and I'm very thankful. The more I see the images of this collection, like the real images, the non-blurry, you know, Photoshop images, the more I'm like, oh, I want that. And I'm getting excited about it and I'm like getting nervous, right? But the bottom line is that I always take the mentality of what's meant to be will be. And if when this is all said and done, if I can't get anything, if I still really want that item, there are obviously other ways to secure that item. And it doesn't even have to be now. It could be a year, 5 years, 10 years from now. If I still want that item, I know there's always the opportunity for me to get it, guys. That's why the resale market exists. Do I like paying above retail for luxury items? No. Am I above doing that? No. If I want something, I will do what it takes to get what I want within reason and as long as I can afford it. The other thing I want to say about regions and products is that it's very possible that something I want is a regional exclusive and then yeah, it's automatically like you can't get it unless you go through a reseller, etc. I am very confident that this is going to sell out, guys. My perspective before was that not as many people were interested in Cherry Blossom and that multicolor was going to be most important and then cherries and then Cherry Blossom. However, seeing the pictures now, a lot of people that said they weren't going to buy it are now interested. So I do think that this is going to be tough. One thing I do want to say before I get into, you know, my list is that I have a set budget. I can't buy whatever I want. But my budget is for the year, you know, this is how much I spend on fun stuff. And I have given myself guardrails between like, this is what you should spend around on part 1, to have this much for part 2, to have this much for part 3, and then this much for highlights, lasers, whatever else I want to get. And so can I go over or under? Sure. Like we're not at the end of the rope here, but I am trying to keep this within reason, especially since I went a little over my guardrail in part 1. And I want to make sure that I have money left over for cherries because I've already got, you know, a list going for that. So there is consideration of the budget when I'm looking and prioritizing these items. Anyways, the hard-sided pieces. You've got the giant trunk, which is the 𝒞𝒽𝒾𝓅𝓉𝓈 I'm sure I'm pronouncing that wrong. This trunk is awesome because it has three-dimensional flowers, three-dimensional cherry blossoms. In my opinion, I like this better than the multicolor trunk. Separate video. I still got to get into my thoughts on all the multicolor, but that trunk I would rather buy vintage. This cherry blossom, there was no trunk in the original collection. I think the three-dimensional flowers is cool, so I love this. There's a vanity trunk. I'm sure it costs like $1 million for a collector. Unreal. I love the camera box in this cherry blossom print. I would love to own a top handle trunk, and I think it's very pretty in the girly cherry blossom print. I don't want to spend my entire budget on this one item. I don't think it's worth it in that sense. It will not bring me the same amount of joy as it will to get some of these other items. I love the rolling trunk. I love the Horizon 55. I love the Keep All. I don't need them. Of all three of these, the rolling trunk is my favorite. I just think something about the blossom really lends itself to the trunk aspect of it, whereas I don't like it as much in the Keep All because it's so like girly and feminine. I see it more on girly feminine items, whereas a Keep All just has more masculine energy. I don't know if that makes any sense. I think the Horizon 55 is always a great buy for that price if you're into spending money on luxury luggage. I'm not there yet. The Nice Mini and the cosmetic pouch are both on my wish list. I do not have a Nice Mini yet. I skipped it on the multicolor because I was intrigued by this cherry blossom one. I want a Nice Mini and I want it to be the perfect one. And I do think that the cherry blossom lends itself to the feminine energy of the vanity, and it would look great sitting on top of anyone's vanity. So I'm interested in the Nice Mini. Same perspective for the cosmetic pouch. I don't own a cosmetic pouch yet. Actually, I own one that I think my white transparent one from 2010, 12. I think it's technically a cosmetic pouch, but I would never use it for cosmetics. I'm looking for an actual functional cosmetic pouch, and it has to be the right collaboration piece. I did not get the white multicolor one because I thought it would get dirty if I was throwing it in my bag and it was getting tossed around. I like that this cosmetic pouch is leather. However, it is still a light color, so it still gives me pause. But these two items are technically on my wish list. So for these small accessories, the Nice Mini is my #1 pick. The cosmetic pouch is my #2 pick. Next up is the On The Go PM. I think this is adorable. I love that they're adding the bag charms to these bags as an add-on. Like, it just adds value. I'm not a big fan of the On The Go, but I do like it in the small size, so I can get on board with it in the PM size. I think this is cute, not for me. The Papillon, very interesting modern update. I love that it comes with the little baby bag. However, the Papillon Cherry Blossom from the original vintage collection is on my wish list, and that is my preference, so I am not going to be going after this bag. If you're looking for a modern update though and you don't like the bow from the original one, I could see why you would love this. Okay, the Boulogne, I never know how to say this bag, so forgive me on that. I think that this is a very functional bag style. It serves a great crossbody usable purpose. However, when I look at it, it's not for me and it's not my style. If I went in store and I tried it on, I might change my opinion on that, but this style does not interest me. The Speedy 25, I have circled. That one I believe is on the wish list. It's really cute in the Speedy for some reason. I think the Speedy can go both girly or casual depending on how you style it. It goes both ways, and I love that it comes with the charm. So this is on my wish list. The Marlini, I love the removable flower charm, and I would be buying this bag just for that charm, which I'm not going to do. I hear that this bag is very small and an epi leather. It makes it feel even smaller and harder to get into. So all three of those are $27.70. I think the Speedy 25 is the best buy there. Now, the Neo Noe BB is beautiful. When I saw the pictures of that bag in the empreinte leather with the cherry blossoms, I was like, I don't know, maybe this is the Noe for me. I don't have a Noe in my collection. I'm waiting for the perfect one. I do have the vintage multicolor one on my wish list. Even though this is beautiful, a bucket bag is a very casual style, and I don't see myself wearing this. I can't put together the outfits in my head of how I would wear this on like a daily basis, because the bucket bag, the size of this, I don't know. It seems like more of a go to shopping, go to lunch, whereas the bag itself is so casual. They should have done this emprunt with the pink on the Speedy or on the 𝒢𝓈 𝐵𝑒 or on the Go. Like the emprunt just ended up looking really beautiful, and I feel like they should have used this in other places. I don't think I would wear it in the bucket bag style, but it's beautiful. My number one pick of all of the bags has been and still is the 𝒢𝓈 𝐵𝑒 since I first saw these line sheets, which was even before I placed my multicolor pre-order. So I was heavily considering the white multicolor 𝒢𝓈 𝐵𝑒 from the original release. The thing that stops me always is the vachetta leather, and you know, I'm scared of light materials. I'm always considering that. When I saw that they were doing this pink 𝒢𝓈 𝐵𝑒 in the Cherry Blossom, as well as some 𝒢𝓈s coming up in the Cherry collection, I liked them better, and I said I was not going to get the white multicolor. I like that this 𝒢𝓈 𝐵𝑒 is in epi leather. As I mentioned in my unboxings for Murakami, I like the idea of buying these re-edition pieces in leather because to me it's more of an update, especially if I'm interested in buying some of the original vintage styles. I love the pink Cherry Blossom from the original collection. They did not do a lot of pink Cherry Blossom in this re-edition, which is a miss in my opinion. Seeing the pictures of the real 𝒢𝓈 𝐵𝑒 and what it's looking like, I personally love it. And there are people that hate it, and that's totally fine. We can still be friends. But I feel like in my head, I can dress this bag up and I can dress it down. But I'm also okay with this just being a dressier bag in my collection. I think the print lends itself to this style. It's very girly. It's a very ladylike. I love it. So the 𝒢𝓈 𝐵𝑒 is my number one pick. The Speedy is my number two pick. Then the Capucines. When I saw this, you know, the original sketches, the Capucines don't even cross my mind. I'm sure they're gorgeous, but not up my alley. When I saw the picture that Zendaya posted, I spiraled because the fact that those cherry blossoms are beaded just put me over the edge. I love it. I am not a Capucines girl because it's so dressy. I feel like I would have trouble styling it in my more casual style and it would end up sitting on the shelf. However, I do want to add one to my collection eventually. I always assumed it would either be an exotic or an arty Capucines, and it would be the perfect one, or I would buy like an exotic croc Capucines on the resale market and save a ton of money, etc. I don't feel the need to buy it new. Seeing this bag, I was like, this is the Capucines for me. This is better than all of the ones in the original part one. I just love it. I love the detailing, the beading, etc. I asked my client advisor if she could look the price up for me as soon as possible because I want to consider it in making my list, and it is $9,850 US. So then I was weighing back and forth, do I get this one Capucines bag and then not get anything else? Or do I get the other things that I want? And ultimately, what I believe I've decided is I love the Capucines from the collector's perspective and the collector's point of view. I am confident that that bag will sit on my shelf and it will get used once every couple years. Maybe I'll take it out to dinner with a light colored outfit in the spring, summertime. Maybe I'll get invited to like a formal wedding that I would wear that with. Other than that, I don't see myself wearing this very often. It's a lot of money to spend and a lot of other things that I want to forfeit for one bag that I won't use. So as of right now, it saddens me that I can't have this bag, and it's probably going to be very difficult to get. So mind you, I'm saying all of this like it's going to be easy for me to get any of this, but I bet you that bag is going to be very hard to get. However, it is the prettiest Capucines I have ever seen, and I very, very, very strongly considered it. At one point, I was all in. I'm not anymore. I love the pochette accessoire. I love the update of the lock hanging off the bow, which is what they did in the original Papillon. I love that they added that to the pochette accessoire. I love the chain. I'm not buying it because I love the original ones. The original ones are more important to me, and it's not different enough that I think it warrants the modern update. If they had done it with the giant 3D blossom like on the panda and the like they did on the card case, then I think I would have, you know, I would have been tempted, but I'm going to pass on this one. I like the little nano bucket, especially because it comes with the key pouch. I think this is a great little style. I would love to have that key pouch. I don't need the little nano bucket though, so I'm gonna pass on this. I don't use large wallets anymore, so I'm gonna skip the zippy wallet. I love the little trunk wallet, the flip over wallet. That's one that I would consider. However, I'm just like, I'm trying to be very curated and strategic in this release, so I'm not going to put that one on my list. The card case is going to be on my wish list. I do like it. I like the 3-dimensional flower, but I think that that will be in like a second tier nice to have wish list. I think the little perfume travel holders are super cute for your vanity, etc. But because it is home decor, and again, I'm trying to be strategic, I'm gonna skip it. The Capucines wallet clutch thing, I don't care about that. But really quickly, I'll just say the shoes, I'm not gonna get any of them, including the trainer sneaker. I'm going to pass on it. I have a lot of pink sneakers. I am obsessed with the multicolor sneaker. It pains me to say this, I'm not gonna get that sneaker. I don't need it. It's fine. I'll live. The other shoes that I love there, I love the flat mule. I know it won't work for my wide ass feet. I love the heeled mule and the pink, adorable. I have no place to wear that. I love the Maya platform sandal. I think that is freaking adorable. If I chose one shoe here, I think I would get the Maya platform sandal or the Louis Vuitton trainer sneaker, but I'm gonna skip all of these. I also love the slingback pump. These shoes are all adorable. I'm just like anti-luxury shoes at this point. Unless it's a sneaker and it's comfortable and I know I'm gonna wear it, I'm not gonna invest the money in it, but these are really cute. Okay. Accessories. Let's talk about the silks. I want all of the silks. I will cry if these are all Asia exclusives. Okay, but realistically, I would like at least one bandeau. I want both, but if I had to prioritize one, I think I would prioritize the pink so that I could tie it on my Alma. And I think the pink would look better than the brown, but I still want both. The Car 70, I cannot decide here. I'm very torn. If I have to pick one color, I can't decide. I think I'm leaning brown, if I'm being honest. I think I might go brown over pink in terms of priority, but I want both. I am contemplating skipping the Car 55 bandana, and I have it circled, but I might remove it from my list. Don't forget that this is a cotton silk blend, so it will likely be that see-through translucent material. I don't think this will be as cute to wear because when you tie it around, you're only going to get like a certain petal or part of the blossom. So this to me is something to frame. My husband is gonna be like over me if I have a million framed scarves in my house, so I have to be strategic. I don't know. I'm going back and forth and it's like I could frame it, but I also think that it's gonna be kind of transparent. So I don't think it'll look as good framed. I think I'm talking myself out of the Car 55. I'm still attracted to it, so I don't know. You never know. I will not be going for the scrunchies. And while the bracelet is adorable, I will not be going for that, but it's really cute. I love that actually. The bracelet is really cute. I need all of these accessories. I need the cherry blossom. So I love the blossom that's hanging off the Speedy and the On The Go and I forget what other bag. But this charm with the brown, what do you call it? It's like the brown canvas string part that leads to the blossom. Something about that, I don't know. It looks really nice and it really caught my eye. I am obsessed. When I saw this, like originally, the furry charm. I need the furry charm. I have the Murakami furry charm, the one from 𝒞𝒽𝒾𝓃𝓈, which this I believe was an original. I feel like this one was I thought this was exclusive to the Kyoto exhibit, but don't get me wrong. I bought this from Japan. Anyways, I have this one, but I want the official fuzzy Louis Vuitton one that is supposedly going to be $830. And the other one's supposed to be $590. And then the chain, guys, I need the chain. I need the chain. It's supposed to be $780. But anyways, I'm going to prioritize here. I need that chain on my Alma, and I need that fuzzy charm. I'm also like thinking in my head here of like, if I can't get this, if you can't get any of this, what should these items are you paying resale for? And I feel like it's the fuzzy charm. So as far as tier 1 priorities, it's going to be the chain and the fuzzy charm. Tier 2 is going to be the 𝐵𝑒 𝐹𝓇𝒾𝓄 Blossom. And then the Spell on You perfume. I love it. It's gorgeous. The bottle is gorgeous. It's soap. The perfume is so pink and beautiful. I smelled it and I'm sorry, but I don't like it. It's giving that grandma floral. I don't want to offend anyone, but I told you guys I'm sensitive to smells. That one is giving me more mature floral versus the 𝒞𝒽𝒾𝓃𝒹𝓈, which gives me more fresh floral. And I can't spend $390 just for a collectible bottle if I'm not going to wear it. So I won't be going for the fragrance. There's also a 30,000 euro massive fragrance dome with the, I don't even know how many liters of fragrance it is. I definitely won't be going for that. So those are my thoughts on these pieces. None of this is said to offend anyone. I'm going to put that disclaimer out there. This is all based on my personal style and how I can envision myself wearing these items. Your personal style and how you envision yourself wearing these items is totally different. And the best part about that is that we can still be friends and like each other. So just because I don't like something that you are in love with, that is okay, and vice versa. I have lots of friends with like classic, elegant style that wouldn't be caught dead in anything that I wear. So I'm not saying any of this to offend anyone. It's literally just related to how you use your items and your personal style. So with all of this said, I feel like I'm like working this out on camera with all of you, even though I'm in a room talking to myself. This is what I'm thinking, guys. In total here, I have circled 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 items. So of those 12 items, the items that I absolutely cannot live without, and that's, you know, again, I'm pretending, but like for real. My top 6 are Alma BB, Nice Mini, Pink Bandeau, Brown Car 70, the chain, and the furry bag charm. If she says you are going to have the best shot by only picking 3 items, then I'm going for Alma BB, the chain, and the fur cherry blossom, okay? So those are like straight up top 3. Second tier is the other bandeau, so the brown, the other scarf, so the Car 70, the other bag charm, 𝐵𝑒 𝐹𝓇𝒾𝓄 Blossom, and then the card case and the cosmetic pouch. And I do like the Speedy 25. So yeah, that is it. That was a very rambly video. I hope that it made sense and I didn't bore the hell out of you. I really hope I can get my top 3 or 4 items. I am very thankful for everything that I have been able to get up until this point. So if I can't, I'm not going to lose sleep over it. Like I said, especially when it comes to the world of handbags and how much money we are trying to give these companies, whatever's meant to be will be. I love these items. And like I said, ultimately, if I want them, still X months from now, a year from now, 5, 10 years from now, I know that I can find them on the resale market. There will be enough of them produced that they will eventually become available. If anything, if you're not able to secure an item the first time, it gives you more time to think about it and make sure that you really want that item in the long run. So this is going to be very interesting to see how this plays out. The only like big decision that I had to consider was if I want to drop everything and go for that Capucines, or if I want to go for the other items. And when I saw the picture of the model with the Alma BB with the chain hanging on it, was like, oh my God, that with the chain, with that fuzzy charm, it's just gonna be like, the more I talk about it, the more I want it, because I can just visualize it and I can think of the ways that I want to wear it. I don't normally go for light color bags. I am going to make an exception on this one. I do think that the epi leather is a durable material. I'm going to like obviously do my best to maintain it, protect it from color transfer, etc. I loved on the 𝐿𝓉'𝓈 how there's like a bunch of blossoms on both the front and the back. I thought that was really cute. I think one issue I have with this collection, similar issue to the multicolor collection, is that in the original Cherry Blossom release, the placement of the blossoms was completely unique. So for example, I had to buy 3 Cherry Blossom pochette accessoires to choose which one I liked the placement of the most, and then I sold the other 2. For both the multicolor and I believe, still yet to be seen, but I assume for the Cherry Blossom, the placement of the flowers will be consistent throughout, most likely to save on customer service, having to take returns and exchanges for people who don't like the Cherry Blossom placement. So I understand that. However, I do think it takes away from like the art of the original collection and the uniqueness of the placement, etc. I also personally don't love the printing technique on these new collections. I prefer the old silk screening technique. All that said, they are still beautiful bags and I still love them. So therefore, I'm still going to spend my money on them. The 2 vintage bags on my wish list from the original collection are the Papillon and the Sac Retro. I love Sac Retro in this collection because it's smaller. It's like the perfect size for like a ladylike bag. So those 2 I eventually still want to hunt down. I don't feel any sort of urgency right now because I'm not going to overpay for them in the inflated resale market right now. I also love the original scarves, and those are also hard to track down, which is why I would like to purchase all of the scarves from this collection if I'm given the opportunity. Yeah, I'm sure there's things I'm forgetting to talk about, and this has already gone on way too long. So I can't wait to hear your guys' thoughts on this video in the comments. I really appreciate you guys watching this video. Please give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and subscribe to my channel if you want to see what I do or don't end up getting from this collection. I'll continue to post updates as more information comes out on TikTok, and I'm going to do my best to transfer that short form content over to YouTube Shorts. So make sure you check me out over there if you have TikTok, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye bye.